got Nick Foles on the phone line. He is the quarterback of the 4-1 Philadelphia Eagles, getting set to take on the New York Giants on Sunday Night Football in front of the entire country. And he's joining me on the phone line right now. How are you, Nick?
I'm doing great. Just got out of practice and about to do some recovery stuff.
What is recovery stuff? What is it?
Oh, that's just making sure I get a protein in, eat some lunch, ice down, get in the cold tub. Lots of great things to get the body right.
I know you can't see right now, but I'm in a cold tub myself, Nick, right now.
Oh, see, you're being very productive, multitasking.
Well, I'm in recovery. I'm in recovery from the very, very long first hour of this program. That's, you know. How would you rate your performance so far this season, Nick?
I mean, as a team, we're playing well. We're 4-1. As a performance for me, I want to get better. Rating on a scale, I'm not big on that. I just know that I want to improve on different things, protecting the ball more, being more accurate, completing more passes. And as an offense, I want us to score more points, and that's my goal. And that's what we work towards every week. What
is your relationship with Chip Kelly? Walk me through, I guess, the communication process between the two of you as you go through a work week on such a big week like this one.
I have a great relationship with Chip. Ever since going back to college, we played against him every single year, and I got to know him a little bit. And then just with him being my head coach, it's been great. Just his philosophy on things. And then throughout the work week, as we go through practice, we'll talk about things as the plays develop. And when we're, just casual, it's not like we overdo it. It's just a natural relationship where you go to work, and he's my head coach, and I'm going to go out there and play for him.
The philosophy, which was brought up by Albert Breer of NFL Network we had on earlier, that defensive coordinators were able to dissect what you guys did last year and might be having more success this year against you because of that. What adjustments have been made in the Chip Kelly offense this year different from last that you can let us in on?
As an offense, in the NFL, there's a lot of talent, especially on the defensive side of the ball with the D coordinators and all their defensive schemes, all the different looks. So as an offense, you have to give different looks. You have to motion, you have to shift, you have to do things to disguise concepts, and that's what everybody does. And then defensively, people are they have a lot more film on us now, so they're gonna try to change things up on us on the run when we do our tempo packages, and that's where we just have to really communicate during the week and then play that game with your mind. Well, what if they go this? They haven't shown this, but what if they do that? And just make sure when we get to a game, we have an answer.
So what are your keys against the Giants this week, in your estimation?
The keys against the Giants, it's every week. We got to play team football. We got to play well on all sides of the ball. Our defensive special teams have really been playing well. Offense is getting things going. We lean on each other. We play as a group, and through the course of a football game, you're going to face adversity. And I think the big strength of our team is we stick together. We're brothers in there, and we're going to lean on each other. If offense is struggling, we know the defense is going to go in there and pick us up. If defense is, struggling, they know the offense is going to go. Special teams is going to be a spark, and that's why this team's so great is we lean on each other.
In terms of leaning on each other and picking each other up, I'm sure, obviously LeSean McCoy, I've interviewed him before. He's a very confident guy. He's one of the best, most dynamic players in the National Football League. The numbers do not support that this year. What have you done in order to keep him active and trying to get him more rush yards, for the lack of a better phrase?
There's not much I have to do to keep him active. He's going to continue to work. I know LeSean, he wants to continue to grow and be great, so he comes to work every day like everyone else to work to get better. And then the big thing is you just have to keep working throughout practice, keep grinding. Our O-line's going against different looks, just picking it up when the running back see the team hit it. And everybody's going to make a big deal out of it. We have to continue to grow. Like I said before, the guys on the defensive side of the ball are very talented, and they have great coaches themselves. So we just have to continue to work. And when it comes to game time, we have to execute on all cylinders. It really is as simple as that.
Nick, at this point last year, you were just coming off of a win over the Giants, 197 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, but it was still in many people's minds Michael Vick's team moving forward in the Chip Kelly administration. But now this is clearly your team. You are the starting quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, period, end of story. What's this ride been like for you, Nick?
Definitely things change. I think it's more so in the locker room, you develop more of a relationship with the guys. You're around them longer. you get more rest with them. You're in the locker room. You're in the workouts. I think the big thing with the changes is you do a lot more media. You do a lot more of those things where you try to make sure you're doing. You have to do certain obligations, but then I want to make sure all my energy is going into my team and going into that. And personally, my personality has not changed. It's just the other things around you that you have to zone out when you're playing the game, and you just have to go play the game like you always do.
Well, you know, I try. You know, I've always been up for interviewing you. I didn't need to wait till you were Nick Foles, the starter, right? I'm not part of that paparazzi, Nick. You're aware of that, right?
I'm aware of that.
Okay, just want to make sure. So you mentioned how you knew Chip back in college. What was it like after Arizona beat Oregon this past most recent
Oh
week,
man, I was really proud of my Wildcats. I wore my Arizona shirt, as I always do. I wear it proudly, but I wore it with my chest out a little bit more that day because I was proud of it. And we have a lot of Oregon guys here, so
oh, you do. That's
they
right.
they weren't very talkative towards me that day after the game. So it was a good feeling. Shoot, our guys are looking good. Number 10, the AP poll, so I'm excited for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I know. And Pac-12 football doesn't really. I mean, you're in the East Coast there, and you know about the East Coast bias in the media, Nick. People think Pac-12, or it used to be Pac-10, obviously, a little soft. That it's not the same. It's not the SEC, but I don't know about that, Nick.
No, it's a good conference. Those are, I mean, Pac-12s. There's tough teams: basketball, football, whatever, softball, volleyball, whatever sport you want to go. There's great athletes over there. Definitely different athletes as you go through the United States. You know, the SEC is certain, Pac-12 is different, Big 12, whatever it may be, ACC. But there's some talent over there in the Pac-12, and I think it's going to continue to show throughout the year.
Last question for you, Nick. You are the first quarterback to phone into the Rich Eisen show. My show started just Monday. You're the first quarterback in the National Football League. You're the first guy to do so. And you're the first one who's going to be subsequently playing in front of the entire country. Is there something that I can create with you after, say, you have a successful player, or even a touchdown if you're so lucky, to sort of tap your helmet or something that's just a sign for me that we're on the same page? I mean, Maurice Jones-Drew has done touchdown celebrations before. Is there any way I could set something up right here, right now with you, Nick? I can't ask you to tug on your ear because you're wearing a helmet, but you know what you see where I'm going?
I see where you're going.
do.
Nothing off the top of my head. I mean, I think just throwing a touchdown, just know that this conversation, I was thinking about throwing touchdowns, and it started, you know, part of it was here.
Okay, so if you...
There we go. That good enough?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a verbal commitment. It's a verbal commitment.
I can give you a verbal commitment. I can't write anything down. You have to fax the paper over or something.
Sure. I mean, if you have people, I have people. We can arrange that.
All right, we might have to arrange that.
Just touch. Just I don't know. You could just pound your chest. Just tap. Just tap your number.
Chest, that's good.
Tap your number. Just tap your number on the front of your chest, and I know that's for me and this show.
We can do that.
All right, Nick. Thanks very much. I appreciate that.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I'm honored.
No, and me too. Thank you so much. That's Nick Foles of the Philadelphia Eagles, the 4-1 Eagles, calling in on the Rich Eisen Show.